All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about a pretty wild idea today, this concept of an invisible wall, a barrier that might just be standing between you and, well, reality itself.
So let me just ask you this straight up. What if your entire experience of the world, every conversation, every feeling, every single thought is being filtered? Filtered through something you can't see and might not even know is there.
So, what is this thing? What's really in the way? Well, that brings us to our first section, where we're going to put a name to this invisible filter that's pretty much shaping our entire lives.
And that name is klipa. It's a Hebrew word, and it literally translates to a shell or a husk. Think about it like the peel on a piece of fruit. In this context, it's this mystical idea for a very, very real psychological barrier that hides the good stuff, the essence of reality from us.
And look, this isn't some abstract, out-there philosophy. It's incredibly practical. The source gives us a perfect example. Somebody with low self-esteem sees a totally innocent smile, but their internal filter, their personal involvement, instantly twists it into someone laughing at them. See? That distortion is the klipa in action. The world isn't mean. The shell is just telling them it is.
Okay, so to really get a handle on this, the source does something brilliant. It basically turns the shell into a character, so we can learn to recognize its voice inside our own heads. So let's meet this character.
This internal barrier, this voice, is called the rebellious child. And it's a perfect name, isn't it? It's that part of us that's always struggling, always demanding something, and always getting in our own way.
And here are its greatest hits. I mean, does any of this sound familiar? That burning need to win an argument, even a stupid one? That feeling that you have to be seen as special? That constant nagging little voice going, I want, I want, I want? Yep, that's the rebellious child talking. It's the part of us that's totally convinced that it needs everyone else's approval just to survive.
Now, just to be super clear, we're not talking about a literal kid here. It's a metaphor, you know? It's a stand-in for our ego, that deep down habitual feeling that we're this separate little self all alone and fighting for our piece of the pie.
And all of this leads to a huge fundamental problem. It's a classic case of mistaken identity that pretty much all of us fall for, and it's the real root of all this inner conflict.
Think about how this happens. From the moment we're born, we identify with our personality, our likes, our dislikes, our fears. That's our natural self. But as we grow, something else, something deeper starts to come through. The problem, it's just a habit. We're so used to thinking we're that surface-level personality, that rebellious child, that we just keep doing it.
To put it another way, it's like we're actors in a play, and we've been on stage for so long that we've completely forgotten we're actors. We actually start to believe we are the character we're playing, forgetting about the real person behind the mask.
Okay, I know. This all might be sounding a little heavy, right? This powerful force inside us is messing with our reality. But hang on, because this is where the whole thing takes a radical, massive plot twist.
I mean, that's the logical question, isn't it? How in the world do you fight something that's been running the show your entire life? What's the plan for breaking down this shell?
And the answer is, well, it's completely unexpected. It's probably the last thing you'd think of, because it has nothing to do with fighting. Not at all.
And here it is. This is the big reveal. The shell, the klipa, it isn't actually there anymore. On some cosmic level, the work has already been done. It only feels real because we, out of pure habit, keep pretending it is. We're the ones giving it life.
And just to give you a sense of how deep this habit runs, the source throws out this number, 5,786 years. Now, don't get hung up on the specific number. The point is the scale of it. This isn't just your little habit. It's an ancient, deep-seated human pattern that we've all inherited.
So this is the key takeaway. The wall isn't some ancient prison you're stuck in. It's a phantom wall that we are actively rebuilding. Right now, in this very moment, simply by continuing to play the part of the rebellious child.
All right, so if we're not supposed to fight it, then what are we supposed to do? This final section is all about the solution. And it's not a battle plan. It's just a simple but really profound shift in your point of view.
This breaks it down perfectly. You've got two ways to live. The old way is fighting. You get angry, then you beat yourself up for being angry. You try to fix the rebellious child. But all that struggling just feeds it, makes it feel more real. The new way? You just see it. You just observe it with a little bit of curiosity.
And here's how you do it. It's so simple. Step 1, just notice. Oh, there's that feeling of pride, or, there's that little jolt of fear. Step 2 is the magic moment. You realize that the part of you that is noticing the feeling is separate from the feeling itself. That observer, that's the real you. And step 3? Well, that's it. You don't do anything else. Just the simple act of seeing it, without judgment, is the thing that makes the illusion dissolve.
This quote just nails it. You can't fix an illusion. The very act of trying to fix it is what makes it feel solid in the first place. You can't fight a shadow, right? You just have to turn on the light. And in this case, the light is just your own awareness.
So we'll end with this question. If this wall isn't some solid thing you have to tear down, but an act of construction you're doing out of habit, moment after moment, what do you think would happen if you just gently put down the tools and stopped building?